Welcome back, fellow YouTubers, to Disabled EM. I'm Jaron D&D, and this will be a continuation of my weekly series of reviews. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different, in that normally I review supplements by people I know, and this week I'll be reviewing one done by someone that I don't know personally. And part of the reason I used supplements from people I knew to kick off this weekly series is it gave me the ability to voice my opinion comfortably, because I knew that these would would not be offended or upset if I said something negative about the supplement, and that they would take it as I meant it, as something that I thought could be improved on, not so much that it was a bad thing or that the book was garbage or anything like that. Because that's not what I try to do. I try to point out the positive and the things I think could be improved on. So with that being said, this week's supplement is the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Racial Handbook, done by Sumpremeslayer, and you can find it on the DM's Guild under the Pay What You Want section. This supplement was definitely a good idea to do, because it gives over 40 new races and subraces that aren't typically chosen, and so it gives a lot more options. There are a couple things I like and a couple things I don't like about this PDF. The first thing that I like, and I thought was probably the best part of the whole PDF in my opinion, was the cover page. The artwork is really nice. It's very bright, colorful, so it immediately caught my attention, and the title immediately caught my interest. And I love also that there is a wide variety of races and subraces that they chose to include, some of which we'll mention. The first issue I see with it that I didn't personally like is that he ain't put the foreword and the table of contents on the same page. So it's two columns. One is his foreword, one is his table of contents. And part of this would have been, for me personally, I probably would have missed the entire table of contents if I were just skimming through it. So to me, I felt these should have been two different pages. I like the selection of races and subraces he did, including some monster races. He did some things such as a half-dwarf, a cat-folk, a half-giant, a kinku, a ratling, bugbear, goblin, half-troll. A lizard folk. So to me, this really was interesting, because that's a lot of options that aren't normally considered, and I would love to see a lot of these played out as characters. He then proceeds to go into breaking each vase down. And he does several to a page because the whole PDF is 16 pages long. I did not like this format. I felt each vase or survey should have had its own page with some artwork, maybe a bit of lore about the vase, which isn't included here for the most part. There's a couple sentences, and then he gives your basic ability score increase, stuff like the traveling speed, the racial abilities, and additional languages. Just like you would see in the player's handbook at this section for making a character. So I thought that was okay, but I would have liked to see each one have its own page and some of that really nice artwork that was shown on the cover page for each different base or sub-base. Yes, it would have increased the size of the PDF, but even if it did, you're still looking at less than a 50-page PDF. And I think for this, it would have really made this stand out. Would I, as a DM, allow this to be used in one of my sessions? Yes, if player chose to use this, I would have no problem using it. But they would have to explain, and especially for some of the monster races, how they came to know the rest of the group, and really consider things like going into a town or a city where a troll is considered a monster and they're playing a half troll, for example. Would I personally use it? I might use it to give a character a really unique feel. Chances are probably not, unless I've fleshed it out more myself. So with that being said, I felt it was a decent supplement. It definitely had some very good ideas on the races and sub-races. The cover page was fantastic and caught my attention immediately, but I felt it could have been done better. So with that, I hope some of my viewers will at least check it out and see if it's useful for them. And as always, may the dice roll in your favor.